Hey everybody, it's Michael Bryson for This is Bodybuilding, and I'm here today with your two-time reigning Arnold Classic fitness champion, Miss International, and Miss Olympia, Missy Truscott. Missy, how are you?
Hey, Michael, I'm freaking amazing. I feel so good right now. It was a freaking dream come true weekend.
Yeah, I can imagine. It was an amazing performance to watch. Everything about it. I mean, the physique round, I thought you kind of separated yourself from the entire pack. Although I got to say, I think Ariel Kadar and Jacqueline Baker both made huge improvements. It's just you have got the structure plus the improved physique. I don't see anyone beating you ever in that round from now on.
Wow. Thank you.
Yeah. And then your routine, just amazing. The level of athleticism. You've changed the game, in my opinion.
Thank you. That means a lot, Michael. I think from once social media started to get big and, you were following me and everything, just your words of encouragement, it's just always sat in my heart, and it feels so good. I feel like, winning, it's I'm doing it for everyone, everyone who's supported me. It's I'm kind of doing it for all of us. So it's a really, really awesome feeling. And gosh, I love fitness.
Awesome. Yeah, it was great watching it. It just was a feel-good experience. And of course your routine too. It was beautiful, really.
Thank you. It was usually after prejudge, I take a nap and I just chill and, get my head right and whatever. But the entire week, the entire 8 weeks has mentally, my mind has just been doing it for John. And to relive that every single day, the last 8 weeks, it's been really emotionally challenging.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. So even on stage, I nailed my routine, but I know I can be better. And I needed to express that emotion. So it was hard. I was crying on stage during my routine, but I'm hoping, Olympia, I'll be able to hold it together a little more and really, really perform well, because now John knows, he's seen it. So.
Yeah. Wow. You seemed to hold it together. You really did. You could tell you were a little emotional at the end, but it was the performance was solid. There was no anything that we could tell anyway.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's got to have been an emotional experience because you put your whole self into it when you're rehearsing, I'm sure.
Yes. Yeah.
And then to go through that experience emotionally every day, that's got to be something. I can imagine. I think that once the Olympia is done, if you leave this routine behind, it's going to have served a really good purpose for you, emotionally and intellectually with dealing with the loss of John. So I don't know. Yeah. It's beautiful. Beautiful thing.
Thank you. I think a lot of people felt it too. I've had hundreds of messages thank you so much for doing that. It really resonated with me, or it's helped me kind of, grieve or move on or whatever. And yeah, the Olympia will be the last time I perform this routine. And, I'm going to give it my all, and then, be able to do something new for the Legion Sports Fest.
Right. That's great. Yeah. I just recently, I just spoke to Terrence Ruffin early this morning. And it was a beautiful thing. I think, that you and he both won the Arnold, for John. And it's amazing. I was really happy.
Yeah. John would be so proud of Terrence. Yeah, we all are, but.
Right.
John.
Yeah. What a loss. But like we said before, he lives on in your guys, in your performances for sure.
Of course. Yeah.
Your physique, I thought, much improved. And that's really weird to say because last year at the Olympia, I thought you knocked everyone out already. But I guess everyone's making improvements. So you got to keep on doing it too. So
yes.
I don't know. I'm excited to see what the future is for you because already you're on a different level.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think like you could do, if you want, I mean, you're the best in the world at fitness, but you could do really well in figure right now, and just a little tweaking, you'd kick ass in physique as well.
I love it. I love it. It's funny because like, I don't know if you know Mindy O'Brien. She's a Canadian woman.
She's done both, right? She's done physique.
She's done every category.
Oh, she's done.
Yeah.
No, that's
So,
awesome.
Yeah. She's she's awesome. But
and she did so at like a pretty high level too. Like she was in the Olympia, I think, for multiple divisions, wasn't she?
She did women's physique at the Olympia, fitness, obviously. I think she just did bikini shows, like as a
Right.
BB bikini.
But those two divisions she did in the Olympia. Yeah, you could definitely do multiple divisions. You did compete in figure before a few years back, and you did really well.
Yeah.
You placed second in the show or something? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, so I did the Upper Midwest, and I placed second against the girl who placed second at the Olympia this year, Nadia. Yeah.
Nadia Wyatt, I think is her name. Or I misspelled it. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yes, I forget. But anyway, yes. So very impressive that you placed second in a figure show.
Yeah.
But I imagine fitness is where you're going to want to stay for the long run.
As long as I can. Yep.
Yeah. Is there anything, I guess there's nothing that you can really do between the Arnold and the Olympia for improvements or anything. You just have to stay on the diet, or how does that work?
Yeah, so I definitely want to be a little bit tighter. So the diet is really hard right now. Cardio is a lot right now too. We fly out on Sunday, so I'm just doing everything I can right now to get that last little bit of fat, water, whatever off, to be a little tighter going into Olympia. But yeah, I'm super confident. I'm feeling really good. Like I said, I feel like I can breathe again. There was a lot of stress and pressure for Arnold that I put on myself, but now I don't feel that anymore. I just feel so light. I feel really good.
That's good. Yes. Yeah. You can come at it in a different way with just an excitement and happiness and joy. So that's pretty cool.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I always want, people go to judges, I know, after shows, and they ask for feedback. Does the champion go to judges and ask for feedback, or no?
Oh, yes. Yeah. So my coach and I, we talk to the judges, and we have a game plan on, what to do for Olympia.
So they actually had some suggestions, or?
Yes. Yeah. I think it's very important for any competitor, if you're amateur, whatever, make sure you contact your head judge or the judges at the show and ask for their opinion, because they're going to give you their opinion. I got 5 opinions from judges for the Arnold, and they're all different. So, I mean, it's good. It's people think differently, or want to see different things. So if you can kind of collectively make a plan to make those changes for each particular judge, then yeah.
That's good. Yeah, I always wonder why I think people should always do that. And I don't know if you've been paying attention to what's going on right now with, like, in the men's open bodybuilding scene, post Arnold. All this sort of talk about not understanding the scoring and how the posing routine worked, because they have a routine round. Yep. And in it, Sergio Oliva was placed like 5th or 4th or 5th or 6th. He was down lower, but he ended up winning the best poser. So There's all this sort of like, well, if all you had to do, you don't have to talk about this in social media. You can just go to the judges and say, hey, how did that work?
Right.
Like, I don't get it. I don't understand why people, I've done that. I've spoken to Steve Weinberger about it. I know how it works. So why don't you? I don't understand. They want to tell you.
Email's so easy to just reach out and ask.
Yeah. I don't know. Yes, let's talk about how you predicted correctly the top 2 of the Arnold Classic. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I I'm a huge fan of Nick and Ian, first of all. Yeah, a huge fan of both of the guys. You know, I follow their YouTube, I follow their Instagram, and you gotta appreciate the freaking work that they're doing. Like weeks ago, you got Ian like deadlifting and squatting and just he's going like huge amount of weights, and it's like, this is unbelievable. Like these guys have the drive. And you know, and Nick, you know, just how he like just I think he says he like manifests it or whatever, but he freaking did. Like that is a champion.
I would love to have whatever, like a drop of his sweat or something to get that mentality that he has, that to me is just so freaking impressive, you know?
Yeah.
To say at 26, well, now he's 27, but he was saying when he was 26, he was going to win the Arnold that year and he's going to win the Olympia. And to say those things and so far they've come true. And he's heading into the Olympia now as a guy who, I mean, I wouldn't be, I said this to Terrence, I wouldn't be surprised if Nick wins the show, and I would be surprised if he places out of the top 5. Like that's just how good he is, and proving it. So
I'm just gonna say it here for you, Michael.
Okay.
I think Nick Walker is going to win the Olympia.
Well, there it is. It's got to happen now. You said it. I really would not. I would not be surprised. I mean, I wouldn't. He is the real deal. And you know, in my defense, William Bonnick wasn't at the Arnold Classic, so I predicted he was going to win, but he wasn't there. But I mean, I don't know if he would have. It would have been, you know. It's speculation until next week, or 2 weeks, 10 days, and to see like what happens when he stands next to Nick. But Nick was really impressive, and to the point where it was clearly his show from the beginning. You know,
being there in person and like seeing Nick like lined up with the other guys, it was like lights out, like freaking lights out.
Yeah, it's just. You know, in the 2-man call out with him and Steve at the at pre-judging, Steve looked very impressive. Steve's structure is incredible. He's got everything, but the sharpness of the abs, like from the front shots, Nick takes it because his abs. I mean, everyone talks about how blocky he is, but he's got a midsection that's incredible. Like the deepness of his abs is crazy.
Yes.
And then from the back, it's just lights out. So. He's very hard to beat.
Yeah, I can't wait for Olympia. I am so excited because, well, we compete on the Friday, fitness, men's classic physique, figure. So we're finished on Friday. Saturday, we get to enjoy the men's, and I'm so pumped.
That's awesome. I love that you guys, it's you in classic, because you guys at the Arnold Classic, I love the fact that it was only the 4 divisions, and your 2 divisions were they're probably the most exciting divisions in the IFBB Pro League right now, in my personal opinion. So Friday night, definitely not going to be a weak night. You know, people are definitely going to want to be there. I was saying to Terrence, I think, you know, men's open bodybuilders got to be careful because they're not putting in the effort with the posing routines. And this is something about classic. It's soon to overpower men's open bodybuilding as the #1 division. I think. That sounds, I can't believe I'm saying that because I never would have thought that, and I'm a big bodybuilding fan. But man, it's gotten so good, and the posing and artistry is great.
Totally. And Chris Bumstead alone like brings the crowd. Like
unbelievable. Yeah.
How many like young guys go to watch him? Like, it's crazy. So I would love to go on Saturday, obviously, with the men's open, but classic is just as good. And you guys are just as good. I mean, I think that what you're doing too, you yourself and the people who are trying to rise to touch you, with the improvements of physiques happening in your division. For physique fans, it's great to watch. I mean, watching you guys in comparisons in like the 2-piece round, whatever you guys call it, I don't know, physique figure round. It's as satisfying as watching, you know, figure or anything. You guys are
top-notch physiques now. So
Sure, yeah.
and then the fitness rounds, I always say it's the most entertaining part of the Arnold or the Olympia. It's amazing.
Yeah,
People,
thank you.
you know, you guys are really your top. You yourself, we were just talking about you, a physique that can go against anyone in any of the ladies divisions, and the athleticism that you show, it's mind blowing. So, I mean, that performance alone is worth the price of admittance, you know, in my opinion.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I put a lot of freaking time into practicing, you know. It's not just like the cardios and training, it's the routine choreography, the mental, like, how am I going to make this new routine, and the props, all of that, like costumes. There's a lot of work that goes into it. And you know, I do it all myself. Matt and I, my husband, we do it all ourselves.
That looked great. The wings looked amazing. Yeah, I mean,
It was a remote control in my hand, so that's why I was like closed fist. So I was
awesome.
reading it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering how that was working. So it was you, okay? You're doing
Yep.
yeah, I thought that was awesome. And what's cool about your use of the props, even though they're major props, like they're huge, they don't distract from the routine at all.
Right.
It's still you that is the center of the attention, and you use those props like the ladder like coming off of it. It's stunning. So.
Yeah, just to like kind of heighten the routine and stuff. But thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I don't know how you're gonna you've made things hard for yourself now between the cage at the Olympia and this. I mean, you're gonna have to keep on top of yourself.
It's funny because Matt and I are talking about a new theme for 2022 Arnold. So my wheels are turning here, and we're good.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, and you know, if you raise things up to a certain level, you'll get to a point where if you break it all down and you do minimalistic stuff, it's going to still be like, oh wow, that's new for Missy, you know, and like exciting too. So, yeah, I'm confident. You're good for a while. Yeah.
Oh yes.
What did you think about the other divisions? Other than, did you pay attention at all to the other shows?
Yeah, I did. So the bikini division, I really like Laura Lee. She placed third.
Yeah.
Gosh, she is just a nice girl. Like, oh, okay. She's really, really sweet. I follow her on YouTube and Instagram, and when her and I saw each other in person, it was like I've known her my entire life. Like, she's just the sweetest. So I do really like her physique. She's super lean, still super muscular for the bikini division, which I like.
Me too.
I wish she would have placed higher, but
I had her and Issa Pacini. I don't know how she pronounces it. She won last year. She got second this year. I had those two in first and second at this show.
Okay, yeah.
They both have got more of a leaner look. Issa's got a waist that's like non-existent. It's tiny. And I love both of their looks. So I had them in 1 and 2. And not that I had anything against Jennifer Dory. She looked great. But what was weird to me is that I thought those two who placed second and third were very similar. And I thought Jennifer and Ashley, who were first and fourth, were very similar. So I don't understand the separation, but
yeah,
I don't know. There's, I'm sure, subtle differences.
I didn't actually like see them on stage, like compared, but I did see Laura backstage. And yeah, I just thought, like, you know, it's a bodybuilding show. We want to see a little muscle on these girls.
Yeah,
that's why I really like her physique, but
I do too.
Yeah.
Classic physique, Terrence Ruffin. I'm glad that happened.
Me too. Terrence is like the best. And I'm so glad that he was able to, you know, get that win for himself. And now he's got a lot of momentum going into the Olympia. And it's, you know, it's him and Chris. Like,
yeah. That's why I told him that too. And he said, well, I'm not writing off Breon yet. Like he's still got Breon in his mind that he wants to beat. And that's
okay.
It's good. That's good that I think that he's you know, got more than Chris on his mind. But
yeah. What did Breon place last year?
Third. But it was weird. It was like this, it was sort of like what happened at the Arnold Classic this year, where throughout the whole show, you kind of thought for this show, I thought it was Steve and Nick, and then Ian came on strong, and it was sort of like that at the Olympia last year. It was Breon, Chris, and Terrence, and they kept on having them. And actually, I think also Alex Cambronero, who plays second here at the Arnold Classic, was in the top 4. And they kept having Alex and Terrence on the outside. And then at the very end, they switched out Terrence and Breon for one comparison.
Wow.
One. And then they picked Terrence over Breon. So it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool to watch.
Yeah.
So it might be like,
yeah, you never know what the judges do, like with the call outs and everything, you know, or who they're comparing or why they're switching. So yeah, they definitely keep it interesting for us.
yeah. Did you feel any trepidation during your physique comparison rounds, or were you pretty secure with yourself?
Yeah, I was pretty confident. You know, I knew Ariel was going to, like, it was going to be her and I in the comparison round. But you know, it was they definitely posed us, which was good.
Yeah.
I'm super excited for the Olympia to see like Whitney and I standing next to each other. So that'll be awesome.
Yeah. How did that affect you? I know everyone knew Whitney Jones was going to be, we felt she was going to be in this show at the Arnold Classic. Guess the day before the show, she tested positive for COVID, had to pull out. How did that make you feel? Like, were you like, oh, good, there's someone I don't have to beat? Or were you like, oh man, I wanted to beat her?
You know, I felt terrible because, you know, anyone could have been in that position, you know, anyone could have tested positive for COVID. I'm thankful that the Arnold committee had that policy in place to get mandatory PCR testing because, you know, at the end of the day, like, we have to be safe, right? We have to be healthy. This is where we make our livelihood. So it's very unfortunate that Whitney wasn't able to compete. And I hope that she's feeling better and that she brings it for Olympia because we want to put a show on for the fans. And I just hope that, you know, she's better and we can all, you know, get on stage together.
Yeah. And you say you want to bring it for the fans, and I want to tell any fans that are watching this who are just fans of bodybuilding to definitely, if you have any thoughts about it, buy tickets for Friday night because the fitness division puts on the biggest and best show of any division, in my opinion. In terms of entertainment.
Yeah, and if you can't be there, the pay-per-view is going to be available.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Is it free or no?
I don't think it's free. No.
Yeah, the Arnold was kind of special, I guess, for that because usually you do have to pay, but yeah. Yeah, it's going to be worth every penny though because it's going to be an amazing show.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my gosh, I can't even wait. I'm so excited.
I'm excited for you. Missy, anything that you want to say before we sign off, or?
I just want to give a huge shout out to my team. You know, it's hard to find good people like in your life that support you and want to see you succeed. But I have this amazing team around me and I literally could not have done it without them. So my husband, Matt Truscott, my coach, Andrew Barry, all my sponsors, Elite FTS, the Chicken Pound, Flexibel Couture, Liquid Rays. I just have so many amazing people in my life that I'm just super, super grateful for.
That's awesome. Yeah. And Andrew, man, you guys worked really well together, apparently.
He stepped in right when, you know, John had passed and I didn't want to put pressure on him. I didn't want to put pressure on myself. So we just kept it, you know, very low key until after the Arnold. And then that's when I started talking about, you know, that Andrew was my coach because, you know, we did it. So
yeah,
awesome. He's so like,
awesome. That's great. Missy, thank you so much for coming on. Congratulations again. This is you've established that this is your era, I believe, you know, and
oh, thank you, Michael.
Yeah, my pleasure. I mean, going into the Olympia, I have full confidence that you're going to repeat again. It would take something very strange or very special or weird for to displace you from the top seat. So
Thank you. Yeah, I have a lot of momentum, like fire inside of me. So I'm ready to get to Orlando like now.
awesome. Well, I can't wait to see you there. It's going to be, I'm super excited. I got press pass. I'm going to be in the pit for both nights, for finals for both nights. Prejudging, it's like first come, first serve. So I'm going to try to get there super early to get the best seats I can. But for finals, I'm in the pit and I'm really excited. So yeah, do a good job for me, will you, Missy?
I will try. I'm excited to see you, Michael. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah,
You in like
it's gonna be great.
So. Yeah.
All right, Missy, thank you so much. Thanks everyone for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. So this is Michael Bryson from Missy. I'm gonna call her Nostradamus because she saw the future and now she sees it again. So Nostradamus, Missy Truscott, your reigning and defending Ms. Olympia in the fitness division. Can't wait to see her intending. There you go. Take care.
Thank you. Bye, Michael.
Bye-bye.